Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I'm Steve. Today I want to talk to you about motivation or getting motivated after you retire. I ain't gonna lie, this is something that I have struggled with since I retired. Uh, it's kind of a hard thing. You know, there's a lot of reasons for it. I think one of the deep-seated reasons is that I think to myself, I started working full-time when I was 16. Now, don't get me wrong. I went to school. We had a program where you went to school half a day and then you went to work, and your grade kind of came from what you did in class and what you did at your job. So I started that my junior year. I did it my junior year, my senior year through high school, and of course after I graduated from high school, I made a choice not to go to college because by now I like working and I like the money. So I just kept working full time. And up until I retired back in 2021, I always had a full-time job. Heck, half the time I had a full-time and a part-time. So, I've got that bit of a mindset that, hey, I have put in my time. And if I want to have a lazy day where I sit around the house and don't do anything, then that's okay. And it is. But I have to remind myself, especially in the winter, when I just don't want to get outside, that, it's not okay to do that too much. Some mornings, I get up and I just don't feel like doing nothing. Maybe because I don't know, maybe the things that I have to do are a little overwhelming. One of the toughest things that I think of in doing a job, especially like some kind of project that you have, is dragging all the stuff out and actually getting started. Once you get started, it's not bad. It's just getting up the motivation to get all that stuff out and get started. And maybe that's why I have that issue, because I don't have anybody to kick me in the butt and say, come on, let's go. Let's get to work. When you're working, you do have somebody to do that. You got coworkers, you have supervisors and so forth that, that's your kick in the butt. And your motivation is the paycheck. In retirement, obviously the paycheck is not really the motivation. I mean, you're going to get what you get whether you work or not, assuming you've got you're taking Social Security or a pension or from your IRA or something like that. And if you don't have a partner, a husband, wife, whatever, that's saying, hey, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, then again, you don't really have anybody telling you what to do and encouraging you, so it makes it pretty easy. One of the things that I do is I'm a list maker. I always have been. I make a list for everything. I have two lists. I have one list for long-term projects, and I have a daily list. I don't always get everything done on my daily list, but I try because, again, I'm not sure what type of personality it makes me, but I find satisfaction in scratching something off of my list as being done. I get that feeling of accomplishment, and I need that. When you work, you can get that a lot because you put in a good day's work. Maybe it's the way I was raised. I'm a baby boomer, and we were raised to work. And it's, hey, it gives you satisfaction. Maybe the list helps me. This morning, I didn't really feel like doing anything, but last night I'd promised my wife that I would make this video or a video today for the channel. And because I promised her I would do that, I knew that if I didn't, then I was going to have to, say, well, I didn't feel like it, blah, blah, blah. So that was enough motivation for me to get up, take a shower, get dressed, drive down here to the beach, and make this video. There are other days that, you know, maybe I get motivated because I know that there are things that I need to do, things that will help my wife. She still works full time. She's not retired yet. So I try to take care of things that she can't do because she's at work. Clean the house, wash the dishes, do the laundry, you know, run errands, all that kind of stuff. And most days I can stay pretty motivated and busy with that. The days that I sit around on the couch and don't do anything, I really feel bad by the end of the day, both mentally and physically. Sitting around on the couch does not do my back any good. If you've seen my prior video, you know that I've had several spinal fusions. My back's not the greatest in the world. It can't handle a lot of sitting. It can't handle a lot of doing up and down, walking, things like that. It's got to be a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So sitting around on the couch is not the greatest thing either. At the end of those days that I do sit around, I feel bad. I feel like I wasted the day, and my back hurts. On the flip side of that, if it's a beautiful day like it was a couple of days ago, and I go out and I work in the shop, I work in the yard, and I do too much, well, the next day my back hurts. So then it's like, well, now I can't do anything. So I kind of messed up. It's hard to find that happy medium. When I was working in emergency services, I had experiences with a lot of folks that were retired, and they spent their days at home in their nightgown, in their pajamas, on the couch, drinking sodas, eating, watching TV. Some of that maybe because they physically had problems doing things, and some of it was just because I think they were just bored. You know, I don't know. Maybe they were depressed. But I do know that I would see those same people over and over, and that their health deteriorated. A lot of them would gain a lot of weight, and, you know, before you knew it, a few years later, somebody would say, "What happened to so-and-so that used to live down the road?" And you're like, "Well, they passed away, you know, a year or two ago." So, you know, I'm a firm believer that finding that motivation and getting up and getting showered, getting dressed, getting out into the world is better for you and is going to make a better retirement. But I know that sometimes it's difficult. One of the reasons that I started this channel was so that I could share my experiences, and maybe it would help some of you that are watching, and that you could share yours. And that together, maybe through the comments, we could help folks that are struggling with the same thing. With that being said, comment and tell me how you find motivation in retirement, or if you're struggling with it. Let's help each other. I think I'm going to go and knock some things off my list. I appreciate you watching the video. If you liked it, found it beneficial, I'd ask that you hit the subscribe, hit the like, and share it with someone that you think would get benefit from watching it. I hope you have a great day.